Exactly. I think, in my understanding of, I think, our history and our journey through understanding our purpose on this rock, I have come to honestly believe the Bible a lot more than I used to. I do take it as historical facts. Um, and as I've come to read it here and there and listen to these people watch this and think about everything I've taken in, I've yeah, like I mean, and honestly, the Bible. I mean, I think the time that like back before I think Noah, the flood was like 2,000 years plus before Jesus. I mean, I think the planet. I think it is. I think it is. The planet's 10,000. Or the planet. I don't know exactly, but I know humans have been around for 10,000 years. I don't think. I mean, I don't think age of a planet really matters per se. Um, but I mean, I think that humans have been around for 10,000 years. Um, and I do believe. I think time. I mean, man, if you go back and look at history along with scripture, and you get a pretty decent, accurate. I mean, obviously, I think throughout history, a lot of our historical evidence has been lost, and I'm sure you can find a piece here, a piece there, whatnot, and certain theories and people that believe, that a lot of stuff has been altered, and maybe in some aspects it has, but I don't think that was done by God's hands. That was done by humans. I mean, and that's done by their sinful, selfish, fallen nature. Um, and I mean, I've participated in that. I mean, in my own personal journey, and possibly, at a unknown scale, here and there. Because I mean, how it works, how you influence people and interact with people could cause a ripple effect that causes people to go down this path instead of that path. Um, that goes more into that time, my theories in time. But this one is basically on just a history, and I do think time. I think there was the Tower of Babylon, and I think during before or during Noah's time, we I think we lived with demons. I think a lot more open. I think demons and all that was a lot more believed, um, especially until I don't think really anybody. I think a lot of the stuff that people do is just. I think humans have gotten so easily influenced that the demons don't have to really try that hard to spin stupid astrology, tarot cards, magic spells and all that. They don't really have to I mean, and honestly, we're in a day and age where witchcraft is respected as a belief. I mean, before it was shunned. It was not, no, it was not. Nobody was liked. If you were a witch, it was not. It was kept down low. Until what 1900s, I think, maybe 18, 1700s, around there. Pretty much around the time that America was founded, I think, is when witchcraft, slowly started to not become, or not. I think Salem witch trials around around 1800s, 1900s. So around 1900s, I think, is when, I think we somewhere down the line we started, respecting witchcraft instead of fearing it for what it is. That's really wild because I mean you're selling uh, Ouija boards, like to kids as a toy, and it's like even if it's not you know true, why would you want to support and normalize kids playing with Ouija boards? Like okay, yeah, I think honestly you're only gonna talk to demons. But even if you were able to talk to more than just demons, you have the chance of, talking to demons. Why are you going to let your kids play with it? Like, that makes no fucking sense. And I am starting to think about, how we have pushed certain things in our society and, movies and world that we probably shouldn't have, like horror movies. I don't. I think that was a terrible thing, honestly, to support fear and blood and murder in horror movies and normalize being into that kind of stuff. And I mean, I am not innocent. I am not trying to come from a high horse aspect because I mean, I participate in that stuff and I've done things, in my path that I'm not proud of. But I have, after giving myself back to Christ and being washed and baptized and seeing things with my new eyes, I just, yeah, I have a different outlook on certain things and a lot more. I mean, some people could probably say, Christian, fanatic, extreme, Christianity, but I don't think so. I think I'm just a diehard follower of Christ. I've 100%. What he did for us on the cross is beyond measure. There is no amount of gratitude you can have to show him. And he doesn't want that. But we owe him a lot. And I have had a complete revelation of my own personal path, my 39, almost 40 years of life, and it's an aspect of I wasn't bad. I wasn't an evil man, but I wasn't a good man. I did not live a good life. And that's I gotta do better at being a better man, being a godly man, and glorifying him and showing my thanks and example of Christ through my actions and words. You know, and but I have come to and the Bible doesn't deny per se witchcraft to be true. It's just not truth. It's not what you should be following. But it does. I mean, I've walked in that Wiccan path, the pagan path, the same satanic path, and I think honestly, it's just trying to have self control over things that you don't have control over. Um, I don't see any fucking. I mean, I don't see any real like infinity gauntlet power of controlling shit. I think it's just an illusion to make you think you have control. Like and I mean, it might seem like God doesn't give you, control, but he does. He actually gives you the most control. But I mean, if we're living in his world, we're his creation. We should show gratitude and thanks for what he has given us. And he makes it to a place for us to go when we pass on to on the other side. But if you don't want to live with him, really, in my opinion, you'll have two choices. Go to hell and burn for all eternity, or float in space. Be a fart in space. Like, that's it. Those are your two choices. I used to believe in reincarnation, but no. And that we can go into a long conversation about. So, but this just goes on more of my thoughts about religion. I think I think there is some truth in all religions, but I think the only true religion of truth is Christianity. It's the only book that actually upholds. And I have been doing a lot of like research into history and scripture and really contemplating things that I'm looking up. And I think it's and honestly, if you uphold the way of life, we would have a good world. You can't really say that we followed, and I think a lot of people are getting the Bible wrong because of their own understanding, their own interpretation of how they feel about the Bible, and not read the Bible for what it is. It is a book of knowledge, of wisdom, of faith. It would build a beautiful world. Like, and I think we're getting in our own way. That's our problem. We're getting in our own way. We're rebelling. Nobody likes being held accountable. Nobody likes taking blame. And it's shameful. And deep down, we know this. Like that's the part that God is speaking to. Is that part that deep down in every human out there that knows what they're doing is wrong. That's the part. And I think we need to return back to the roots of our faith. Because whether people like it or not, this country was founded of Christian, values, morals, beliefs, principles, and ethics. All right, this is a Christian country and nation, and it always will be. You could say separation of church and state. You will never be able to separate church and state 100%. I think it's stupid to even try. And I am a 100% Christian nationalist, patriarchy, moral government. I just don't like. I mean, I just don't understand. Like we even in today's day and age, we still follow the principles and morals of Christianity with shall not steal. Don't no. I mean, we don't honestly we don't approve of deep down we don't approve of the society on way it's going. So like I don't understand why people aren't waking the fuck up. Abortion wrong. And I'm sorry of how you feel, but homosexual is wrong. All right, it's wrong. And we shouldn't no, shouldn't be trying to promote that. And honestly, we shouldn't be trying to promote, hookup culture of any sort. It's not even just the homosexual aspects, but it's even the heterosexual. We should not be supporting promiscuous behaviors, degenerate acts. All right. And I'm sorry if you feel like that's a personal attack, but there is nothing to gain, from homosexual lifestyle. And it's nothing but a selfish mockery of love and marriage and family. All right. I'm sorry, but the homosexual community is a satanic mindset. Like it is. And it holds no value to society or civilization. All right. And it's not, I mean, whether you go from a religious aspects or even an evolutionary aspects, there's no grounds for it. And just because you've confined homosexuality in the animal kingdom does not mean we need to take a page out of the animal kingdom on how to be human. And there's no benefit to society. And it's already been, and I know it might hurt other people's feelings, but it shows no benefit to raising kids. How is two men that are very feminine gonna teach a man how to be a man? You can't. All right. And just because you can find one or two cases here and there does not mean we should try to normalize it. No. I'm sorry. Like, we need to, I'm sorry, put our foot down. And honestly, if we're all gay, then our society dies. Or, I mean, and honestly, it's an end. Look at our world now. You want more of this? Like, all of this is retarded. And then on top of the immigration shit, like, I've got opinions on everything. Immigration, whatnot. I think it's like all these illegals coming in. I think it's a 21st century Trojan horse. They're not, I mean, it's idiotic to try to attack us on, what is the correct term? Front for, attack us straight on. All right. It's retarded to attack us straight on America. All right. So they're going to send people over here and then they're going to build a, little, anchor, and then they're going to attack us from the inside. That's my opinion, and I think it's honestly going on right now. I think World War III is going on right now, and I don't think nuclear war is not the beginning. Like the nuclear war aspects of World War III, I think happens after the war. That's the last act. I think World War III is going on right now. All right, and it's going to build up into the nuclear war. And then that's going to happen, and then we're all fucked. So I think that's what in my opinion, what's going on. And I've got a map right here, and I mean, it's a downfall because we're also if you actually look at a map, I mean, the United States is pretty well off. I mean, all the BS that's going on is really over on the other side. I mean, and we have a good chunk of water in front of us, not including pretty decent military. We also have nuclear, weapons. So nobody's gonna push weapons nuclear weapons on us, and that's why it's a stalemate. That's why, with our army, that's why nobody's attacking us really. We are still the superpower. We're falling apart. Like that's without a doubt, we are falling apart and becoming very weak. Um, but besides, that's not. But this is also coming from a physical, human war aspects, not even counting the spiritual, demonic, angelic war that's going on that we don't see. And then on top of that, the psychology aspect is where we're getting attacked from both sides, from spiritual and from the physical war that we're doing to ourselves. I don't know. And my heart goes out to all the people that are losing their lives on both sides. And, I'm not, that's like, I'm not, nobody should be celebrating anybody's death. But I'm not gonna go out and mourn somebody that fucking gets themselves shot because they want to fight ICE agents. I'm sorry, ICE agents are still human. All right, they make mistakes. But they're going after people that don't belong here and people that shouldn't be here. All right. So if you're gonna get in their way, then I don't know what you want me to tell you. Get the fuck out of ICE agents' fucking way. Like they're trying to get gang members and illegals and criminals and child predators and drug dealers out of this country. That's who they're going after. The piece of shit you don't want here. You have all this love and irritation for these ICE agents trying to go after these people, but where's the love for Charlie Kirk? Where's the love for all these women that have been killed by immigrants, illegal immigrants? Like, where's all your frustration with all that? Your guys, the Democratic Party's priorities are all fucked, and honestly, I don't think Trump is cracking down hard enough, in my opinion. And I don't know the man. I don't know Trump. So I don't know what he's about. All right. But from what I do understand with his plan and what he's doing, I support it. I want this country to be great again, like it used to be. Like when we were independent, when we were building our own shit, when most of our shit in the United States said USA, made in USA. When farms were more ran by the people, by families, not corporations. When we had most of our factories here. When America used to stand for something, where it used to be known as the American Dream. Like I don't have a problem if you want to come over here and participate in the American Dream. All right, all are welcome, but do it the right fucking way. That's it. And there is plenty of ways for people that come over here. If you're seeking, safety, refugee, or if you want to come here, legal, and yes, the process of becoming a legal citizen, yes, it needs to be, looked through, all right, and maybe redone. Maybe some tweaks need to be done. Nobody's denying that. But you don't get to cross the border and just sneak your way in. And honestly, most of these people that are sneaking in are paying the cartel money to sneak in here. And Venezuela, to my knowledge, the female president that actually is running that place now is very thankful to Donald Trump for taking out their dictator. All right, she's happy about that. So all these people that are saying we need to release that lunatic, you guys are fucking nuts. He's a fucking asshole. He's the very definition of the kind of guy that feminists don't like, to my knowledge. Those are the guys that feminists were fighting against. And I support that. Those motherfuckers need to shut the fuck up. All right? Don't get me started on the feminist movement, but the feminist movement was a joke. It was a second bite of the apple. We should never allow the feminist movement to become what it is, because If you look out through history, everything that has happened, and from divorce rates to family dynamics, breaking up to the homosexual crisis, honestly, in my opinion, skyrocketing, divorce skyrocketing, marriages falling apart. I mean, like, and all this immigration shit was all done after the feminist movement became what it is and women got the right to vote. No offense, you women should not have gotten the right to vote. All right? You should have stayed home in the kitchen, playing with the kids, being cheerful, peaceful, loving, nurturing, joyful to be around. All right? Stay in the kitchen. Like, I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but you know what? Like, stay. It's okay. You don't have to be a man. You don't have to, like, go make the money. And I don't believe that, like, I mean, and you can take it or leave it, but I don't think this world, you don't need two incomes per se, you know, to to survive per se. I know that's rich coming from somebody that's on government assistance, but I don't think so. And don't get me wrong, I am grateful for the people that work. I am grateful for the government assistance that I have gotten from my family. I am beyond grateful, and I am trying to figure out who the fuck I am, so I can figure out what the fuck I'm good at, so I can go get a job. I have no problem taking 100% responsibility that I am the one that was lazy back when I was younger. I let life get me down. I let life keep me down. I chose to be lazy, and then I just gave up, and now I'm paying for it, and I want to become a member of society that actually earns, you know, the respect in my home, and that when I speak, that you can actually respect my words that I speak of. But as of right now, I don't. But I mean, I don't think society. You don't. I don't. I mean, I don't think you need two incomes. Obviously, I know with the economy, things, inflation, and tariffs and all that, things are a lot more expensive. They're a lot better than when they were on the Biden. Trump has definitely. I mean, we got gas for like $3 and 34 cents gallon of gas. I think most states have gas under $3. So I mean, like, is things still expensive? Yes. That's another thing with the tariff thing. Like, I don't like. He is trying to make the money as an equal. He's trying to bring equality in a matter of speaking. And respect back to the American people, because for a long time, other countries that we've had trade contracts with have been raping us with making the tariffs. They've been fucking us over, and Trump is like, no, no more. So the tariff thing is actually like more of a like, hey, don't do that. Hey, don't do that. Like, and we're gonna have. I mean, and honestly, there's a famous quote. Before it gets better, it gets worse. Um, we gotta ride the storm. We gotta bring our balls back, our backbone, our voice, our heavy hand, and let people know like, hey, no, 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 we're not gonna play this fucking use America like a doormat anymore. We're done with this shit. And I mean, we want. I mean, to my knowledge, we all want the same thing in this country. A good life. Money, a house. A white picket fence around. Kids. Healthy kids, a safe society. People treating people with respect. I mean, that's what I thought we would all want. We all want the same thing. In a matter of speaking, utopia. We want. I mean, I don't want war to go on forever. I want us to wake the fuck up and stop fucking attacking each other. It's fucking irritating. And, been talking for 23 minutes and 55 seconds. Oh, I have opinions on everything. I mean, I can talk about CPS, DCYF, Social Security. And, I understand that my opinions and views don't have much weight because of, in a matter of speaking, who I am. And, I don't have much skin in the game, or any skin in the game per se. But I mean, I can still express my opinion, and I'm down to have a conversation about it. But I understand what my, in a matter of speaking, my place. But yeah, I don't want my kids on government assistance. I will be pushing my son to go get a trade. Don't worry about college per se. Go get a trade. Get something that is beneficial for society, that's pretty much, irreplaceable, and study with that. While you're doing that, so that you're, in a manner of speaking, irreplaceable, in the working world, study history, study, math, study language, study, you know, gain knowledge, in a manner of speaking. But I mean, don't, but I mean, I definitely don't know. Don't let people know your hand, your intelligence. Don't be slimy, but let people think you're stupider than you really are, in my opinion. I think it's a nice ace in your hand. But yeah, I don't want my kids on government assistance. I want my daughters married to good, godly men. I want my kids to have the white picket fence. I want my kids to definitely have everything I didn't have, and everything I had, and everything I wanted, everything I want, and everything God wants for me. In a nutshell, yeah, I want them to glorify God and have everything that God wants for them. Yeah. I think that's where I'll end it. God bless.